Welcome back. It's week 10. Oh my lord. That's Marky Mark. That's Tank Top Mike.
Bang bang!
On it. Bang! We got a show ready for y'all. We're gonna tell you where to hide the Lucky Charms. It's gonna get crazy. Marky Mark, how you doing? Tank Top Mike, you're looking very nice in that new tank top. Is that just for the show?
It is. It's a fantastic one. I feel good. I'm ranked good.
You're ranked good? Let's give the viewers something to wait for, all right? Let's not tell them the punchline right off the bat.
Couldn't wait. Also, can't wait. Silly, you suck. Let's go.
Silly, you suck. All right, Marky Mark, put this train back on its rails. Let's go.
All right to the scores. We're going to start off with the underdogs, 141. The Tough Luck Kid, 99. So I hadn't announced this until now, but Brandon resigned on Saturday as commissioner. I cannot confirm nor deny that it had to do with Tradegate.
Tradegate.
In any event, it was a selfish but shrewd move to ensure that the curse would stick firmly with me.
I like it. I like the move by Brandon. It's a very thought out move. He really just wants you to be the sole provider of this this trade gate and the commissioner curse.
Yeah,
that's thinking ahead.
Really,
that's thinking ahead. Really, that's like, what defense do you play in week 16? That's what
exactly. What defense do you play? I'm actually gonna resign from being commissioner, and my games points per average will go up 10 points.
Yeah, left it all in my lap, but I'll say that when you have a goose egg and you still score 141, that's a good week for you. So they keep their playoff hopes alive, and mine have been dashed on the cliff below, unfortunately. So
I have this analogy for the DBs. All right, you're driving down the highway and you're in the slow lane, right? And somebody turns on their blinker, and it's old lady, and she just kind of over into the fast lane. That is the DB's season, because like they get into the fast lane, they're like, you don't know what fucking lane to stay in. Are you good or are you terrible? Please pick.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And on that.
All right.
I just hope that next week they're driving down the highway with only one tire. Their front tire is all flat, sparks flying everywhere. That's what I'm hoping for.
Tell us how you really feel there, Tank Top Mike.
Like we saw in Dallas. How long did that guy drive on that pad? We had the guy in Dallas that was driving down the highway, got off the exit, turned left, and kept going, and his tire was just flat as hell, man. He was just
flat as all.
Fender was messed up.
Bumper beat the shit.
Man, that was funny as hell. All right, we got to move on. Speaking of flat tires on the highway, we got Goofy Jace, 106.42 over FNG, 102.42, 4 points even in this one. So Goofy was already a pretty slim guy, but he was down to 90 pounds on Tuesday after all the sweating he did. He was seen in the facility with one of those roll around IV stands, Yeah, he was not loving it, but he got the win. What do you guys got to say?
I have a goofy stat.
All right,
goofy stat. Go ahead, Take Top Mike.
Mike Williams, weeks 1 through 5 was like wide receiver 5. And Goofy was up there.
Yep.
Mike Williams, weeks 6 to 10, wide receiver 80.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dang. And that's Goofy's season. There you go.
Wow. Well, it averages out to wide receiver 42.5, so not too bad, right?
That's not bad.
What do you got, Sean?
I can totally agree with the IV on a roller after our weekend. I pretty much needed it on Tuesday. But FNG almost beat a guy that was in the playoffs last year. Wow. That's what you got to love about this league. Just because you're in the playoffs last year doesn't mean that you're going to be there every year. Come in, year out. I think last year we all knew that Goofy was real lucky, sticking those Lucky Charms in their ears, freaking not getting any injuries, But this year, the rooster has come home to roost, as they say.
It's the Boston Scott again. He'd have 2 more wins if he'd started Boston Scott the right weeks. He had the points.
Start Boston Scott and never look back, man. What do you have to lose?
He got him from me in the Darrell Henderson trade, and I was like, "Take your pick of these backup running backs." He was like, "I like Boston Scott," but he doesn't start him, man. He likes him to a point, He likes him, but he doesn't love him, I guess.
Don't be a homer, FNG. We know you're a Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Do what's best for your lineup. Ruin some people's lives out here. That's what we want.
FNG to Boston Scott. It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me.
It's me. Let's move on to the third score we have here. Sorry, Sean, but we got to talk about it. The Pooh Crew, 133, 122 for the Fresh Prince of, I was going to say El Air, but then he's still IR. He's back at practice, but they're not going to play him. So Fresh Prince of IR. So, Sean, you put up a good fight.
So I'm sitting there in Dallas.
Yeah.
Enjoying a nice stogie after a good Dallas win. I was a Dallas fan for one day.
He was a good Dallas fan. Good Dallas fan, and those were good stogies.
And I'm sitting there going, man, how many points do I need to be good? And I was like, man, 17 points has to be all right. Unbeknownst to me, Deebo Samuel's a wide receiver and running back. Who knew?
Yeah, this game, it felt a lot better when we were drinking. That's for sure. I will say though, if you remember, try to look back, Aaron was pretty quiet when we were like, "Oh, Deebo won't score this many points. Don't worry about it." Aaron's like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?"
I'm just like, I think it's fun. I think it would have been better for the league as a whole if I won. I will say this. It would have been really, really cool to have a 4-way tie for second place with the league champion right in the middle of it. You know what I mean? It would have been cool. Really cool for this league. Ian, just thinking of himself, being self-centered like he always is, just wants to go out there and win every game. How dare he? Like, golly.
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. That was a good one between you two.
Speaking of Dallas, y'all freaking have to play awesome on the one game. I need y'all to freaking show the hell up. 43-3 Atlanta. I'm going, Amari Cooper is going to have a freaking day. It's Atlanta defense. No, we're going to throw everything to everybody else that I don't have. We're going to throw it to Gallup. We're going to throw it to CeeDee Lamb. Friggin' Lamb's going to have a 40-point game. Screw it. Everybody else doesn't get any points.
Malik Turner caught a touchdown.
Malik Turner, the fuck is he?
And the audience says, who?
Yeah. You know, it's a weird game when Corey Clement's getting carries, though. So.
And I didn't even know he had him on the squad. I was like, holy shit, who's that guy, man? Oh, that was funny, man. That was funny. That was a lot of fun. All right, guys, we got to move on.
You
We
suck.
gotta keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. So we have Orlando City Football Club 117, Swamp Dick 92. So Aaron continues his upward trek while Swamp Dick continues to slip on down without Henry in his lineup. Talk about it, guys.
Let me start this off right here. Are we worried about the football club not scoring enough points and being in the playoffs?
No, I don't think so, because you got the win. And it's without Chubb and without Kareem Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a silly win, right? A SillyDilly win. He didn't score 120 points, but the guy that he's facing didn't even break 100. You know what I mean? Like, he's making a strong playoff run. He got the win, like you said. He's 6-4, tied for third place. I think he's a clear-cut favorite for third place in the playoffs. But he needs Chubb to come back, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it sounds like Chubb will be back pretty soon.
Yeah.
It sounds like Hunt might not be, though. Hunt might be a playoff, fantasy playoff guy, but
yeah.
Hmm.
He can maybe flex Dearness Johnson. If it's not going to be Kareem, then put in Chubb and Dearness and see what you get out of it. Chubb at least is going to have the most of the snaps and carries, I'm sure. And so at least he's got that. But yeah, it was nice having both of them in there and seeing what you could get out of both of them.
Also, in a completely different avenue, if you're listening to the show, put in the chat what you would trade a number one defense for.
We actually had a pretty good conversation about it.
We had a fantastic conversation about it. We'd love to hear what our NAO listeners are really thinking about that number one defense. If you're listening to the show, put it in the chat. Continue, Mark.
All right. Fitting that you said that during the segment of the former defenses wins championships. So, but he's gotten rid of all those now. So, all right, let's move on to our last score of last week, which is Tank Top Mike 150, SillyDilly 78. So on a week where
178, right?
Yeah, no. This is a week where Dylan's weekly average of 115 takes a major hit. A major hit. Tank Top Mike continued to roll, and he outscored him by 93.6%. So he was so close to doubling him up, man. So Mike, revel in this victory, man.
Let me ask you a question. How many points did Mahomes score?
Yeah, a lot. 36.
36 points. Hot damn. How many points did Swift score?
15.
All right, here we go. Cup?
17. Yeah.
Man, that would have won you the game right there.
I will say that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Was laying there realizing after the Sunday night games, Mahomes and Diggs had outscored Silly by themselves. just complete annihilation.
Wow.
And have you noticed how quiet it's been from Silly since this happened?
It's been nice. I'm not gonna lie. Do you have any words of wisdom for your fallen component?
I've been thinking about it, and I think he's doing great. I think he's doing great. I think he should continue doing this because this is the team that we all knew that he had. So this is what you get.
I think that's fantastic, Tank Top Mike. This is the NAO show, and everybody watches it for our bold predictions. Do you think Silly makes it to the playoffs?
Well, looking ahead, we know that he plays FNG once, but FNG can steal some. FNG did score 104 points.
Silly, I would lose my mind.
So you kind of see FNG on the schedule and you mark it down for a win, but I don't know if Silly can do that right now. I don't know if he can do that. I don't know if he should be doing that. Like you said, we got a log jam here, in the middle of the pack at 6, 5 and 6 wins. We said 8 wins. We said 8 wins. I got 8 wins.
Woo!
So Silly's gonna have to step it up. Here's my question.
Oh, here we go.
Can Silly step it up? Can it actually happen?
Yeah. Are you asking me? Me of all people?
Step up to the streets,
If SillyDilly can step up to the streets? No, he was overachieving since week 1. If Leonard Fournette and Tom Brady don't freaking combine for 40 points, 80 points, he's nothing. Look at him. Tampa Bay had a bad game. Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions. He had 77 points. That's almost the worst score in NAO history. It's gotta be.
It's pretty close.
Whew.
I do have another fun fact about this game.
Oh, continue.
Evan and I had pretty good victories, and we both got 0 points from our tight end. So that's the trend. We need to do that more often.
Okay.
All right, you heard it
There
from
we go.
Tank Top Mike. If you want to do really well in the NAO, throw that big old goose egg up there at tight end, and you'll score 150 plus.
Statistics do not lie.
I guess I'm starting Jonnu Smith this week. So, okay. Well, that brings us to the Mr. Miyagi ass waxing of the week, which goes to SillyDilly.
SillyDilly, you lucky son of a bitch.
He cannot say that he hasn't won the Miyagi anymore. Maybe that's why he's been so quiet, Mike. Well, he was nice enough to send over a little speech here. So hot off the press, and it's a long one.
What do you have to say there, SillyDilly? You get it off your chest.
All right, guys, I'm looking at this now. There's a lot of F-bombs in there, so I'm trying to keep our PG-13 rating.
We like that
think
rating.
I'm gonna switch all the F-bombs to fork.
Okay.
How about that? I'll say fork.
This is exciting.
All right, so we started out. Fork you, Tank Top Mike, and fork you, CS Sean, and fork that old forker McJammer while you're at it. And fork the stupid forking NAO show. Dumb mother forkers don't know doo-doo. We'll say doo-doo. They don't know doo-doo. It goes on for a long time. Let me just kind of start skimming down here because I don't think I'll get through all this. The forking trade was good. Forking trade was good. So fork all y'all mother forkers. Okay, turn this over. Damian Harris, RB forking 1. Okay, moving down. Ian's the only one I like. Rest of y'all dumbass mother forkers can kiss my forking backside. We'll say backside. It just gets worse from there. I think I'll stop there. I don't think SillyDilly's very happy right now.
Well, that's pretty much how all of our fan mail really goes. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
it's pretty normal.
Yeah, true.
I'm glad that he listens to the show. He has some strong feelings because your feelings matter in this world. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
The standings also matter. So Tank Top Mike, why don't you start us off on the standings?
I am in first place.
Think I'm Mike for the back row. What'd you say?
I'm in first place. I've scored the most points.
Well, that's all we need to know, right? I don't know. Sean, you're sitting there just out of the playoff spot. You and Goofy, man. Just out of the playoffs.
I love you, Goofy. Your team's old though. And
he's hanging on though. He's hanging on.
He's hanging in there.
Hanging on. I love his team. I love the grit that he had last year. Isn't that what all the radio announcers said? None of our teams really got some grit, you know. They're like hanging on. Sorry, Goofy. You gotta take my spot in the Who Cares Bowl.
I don't know if you can get.
You're gonna have to face SillyDilly in the Who Cares Bowl, and you're gonna only have to score like 114 points to beat him. So you're welcome. I mean,
116. Well, I don't know. His average did go down. So
he scored 77 points. His average is
pretty bad.
Down a couple.
We didn't do the math, but it's down there. So
well, now let's look at the at 7 wins or 8 wins. 8 wins is the target, we said, right?
The race to 8, as they say.
Yeah, 8 wins is the target. Unfortunately, Ian probably gets there since he's at the 7 now. But that log jam at 6, 5 and 6. Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Underdogs making a little noise. You know, they were picked as the consensus 2 and got their 4th win. And if they can keep scoring like they did last week, they could sneak up in there too.
They're gonna mess up some teams' futures, as they say.
Could be.
That's true.
All right, guys.
Get into the playoffs, but dang, they could make some people real unhappy with facing them.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to trades, guys. We got a We've got to keep the pace going here. We're on a time limit tonight, unfortunately. We've got one trade between the Fresh Prince of IR and Orlando City FC. So Fresh Prince gets Brandon Ayuk and Aaron.
Don't talk about this one. I'm pissed.
Aaron.
He's real mad. He left the show.
He left the show.
He's back. Huzzah!
Bang, bang, bang.
So Aaron gets a 2022 second rounder, which was Tank Top Mike's. Now, originally, there was a fifth rounder here that came from Aaron and ended up going to Tank Top Mike. Apparently, the guys do not like a brokerage fee. You know, they don't realize Mike's sitting in the middle of Sean and Aaron, and they're talking back and forth. And Mike makes a couple of statements, which makes him go ahead and do the trade for Brandon Ayuk for a second rounder. Seemed fair to give Mike a fifth round brokerage fee, but I guess again the guys didn't like that for some reason. I don't understand it. You know, we can bet trades or bet picks. You know,
No, we can't do that.
we can make April Fool's trades, but we can't have a brokerage fee. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
So here I was in the middle of this bar chatting with my boy A-Bomb.
What was the name of the bar? What's the name of the bar?
What's that?
What was
Name
the
of
bar?
Name of the bar.
Dick's.
Right.
Dick's Last Resort. He just remembered the Dick's part. That's not good, man.
So I'm sitting there, I'm chatting with my boy A-Bomb. I come into this knowing that I'm going to get Ayuk. That is my goal, to get Ayuk. But I was like, man, maybe it should be a bigger trade. Take Top Mike comes down from heaven. Some light shines down on me. And he's like, if he wants the second, give it to him. And it was like, if you build it, they will come moment. I was like, all right, you get the second. And I was just sending some fifth round love to Take Top Mike. I don't know what everybody was upset about.
There was a few times over. That was what, Saturday? So there was a few times in the days before there that you tried. There was bigger trades. There was other trades, and I got tired of hearing about it. Send the damn trade.
The real feelings come out. All right, Tank Top. Like, tell us what you got on your heart.
Yeah, he said the two. He said it, and then you want it, just do it.
So, Brandon Ayuk for a second round pick is a fantastic pick because for a wide receiver in the second round, you want that upside. Brandon Ayuk has a fantastic upside. If he would just shut his mouth, play football, he would be great because Deebo Samuel, he plays two positions now, wide receiver and running back. We all know how freaking injury prone he is. He can't take that kind of beating. So he'll get hurt. Brandon Ayuk in there to win it.
On the surface, it looks to me like you got over a bit on Aaron on this one, but we have to see how this all plays out. Ayuk has been definitely not where he was last season, and we've all heard all the crap that's going on there, but definitely has the upside. Really good young receiver. I feel like it's a good trade for you, Sean, but if things continue with Ayuk like they have, Aaron being a San Francisco insider, maybe he knows something that we don't, but maybe he'll be happy with that second. I tried to talk him out of it, and Sean got mad at me. I was like, no, it's Tank Top Mike's. What place you in again, Mike? What place you in?
First place.
So I was like, it's going to be a low second rounder, and Sean's like, shut up, man. So, he took it. So we'll see how it plays out. Of course, like all of them, we have to see how it all comes out in the wash, as they say. So, all right, let's move on to the matchups for next week.
Week 11 matchups. Here we go.
Yes, sir. We're going to start out with the mark matchup, which is Tank Top Mike versus the underdog. So we've kind of alluded to it, Mike. You're trying to keep the lead. Underdogs are hanging on to slim playoff hopes. You were the number 1 and 2 scorers from last week going up against each other this week. So to me, it's going to be a good one. This one should be a barn burner.
Give me that hot take, Tank Top Mike.
I gotta, I've said it before the season started. I said it week 1. They had my team's very different now. I like my team a lot more than week 1. They had my favorite team going into the season, and for a reason. I got no trash talk on this one. I got nothing but respect for the team that they put together. Actually, I told Evan Tuesday morning, I'm glad I got my 8th win if that's what we're looking for, because I did not want to go against them with only 7 wins. Glad I got it. Silly sucks really bad, so it wasn't too hard. But I am glad I got it because, like I said, this is going to be a tough one. This is actually the first time that I haven't been favored or pretty close all season. So Evan's also been pretty respectful about Cooper Kupp and manages to avoid him. So, maybe that was why.
Let me tell you what I think, because that's what the viewers have come to listen to. It's going to come down to 2 people for the DBs. CMC, which one are we going to get? The pitch count CMC or the all out, I'm going to crazy point you CMC? And AJ Brown. I think he is going to be the linchpin to the Tank Top Mike win or the DBs win. If we have the last year AJ Brown, where he's scoring 15, 16, maybe even 20 points, you're going to have a tall order to make there, Tank Top Mike.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to come down to those 2 people, which CMC we get and which AJ Brown we get.
Yeah, I'd throw in the if they play that Dak CD stack against Kansas City, who's been pretty porous on the secondary, then they might get some good points there again. They sure got good ones this week, and which we saw live and enjoyed every minute
Live
of it.
in your face.
I enjoyed every minute of it except when I checked my score. So yeah, that was crazy, man. Yeah, shoot. All right, let's move on to our next matchup here. Moving on to Orlando City FC versus the Tough Luck Kid. So, the best I can hope for really at this point is to play spoiler. Aaron is he's 3 games better in the standings, but he's only 40 points better in the points for category over me. So this could be a good one. And I'm either going to be spoiling or he's going to keep on moving on up the standings there.
Looks like you get Kyler Murray back though, which is a huge boost to your team.
Yeah.
And
I know
Jamar Chase. He's coming in off 5. He's obviously rookie of the year. Strong candidate for rookie of the year. I mean, adding him to your lineup, that's going to be better. You only lost by a little bit last week. So I think that could be the difference.
Mm-hmm. And which running backs from the Cleveland Browns does Aaron get to start this week?
I don't know. He's got every single one, and he's got a few flex spots. So he can start every single one if he wanted to.
Just start all 4.
Yeah, start all 4. Brandon Cooks, he's not going to be worth anything. I mean, your defense is going to have to score about 17, 18 points for you to be relevant. We'll see. But Marky Mark, I want to ask you a very serious question.
Sure.
In the zone. Nyheim Hines. Are you going to start Nyheim Hines against Buffalo?
It's the kind of game where they're going to have to pass it a lot of dump offs, So I don't know if I'm set on that one. I put him in yesterday, but we'll see. Things may look different by the time we get to the game. So Hines is the guy right now. I still got buys and injury kind of crap going on. So yeah, it's pretty amazing that I don't have a solid, easy flex, easy start flex kind of guy to put in there. So it could be the kind of game where he could do it.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to our 3rd matchup here, which is Goofy Jace versus the Pooh Crew. So Ian's back up in 2nd place, and Goofy just 1 spot out of the playoffs, despite having plenty more points than SillyDilly. I mean, he's one game behind, but if he catches up, he's got way more points than him. So, but yeah, this is a big one too, because Goofy's fighting for his life. He wants to get back in the playoff hunt there, and he's got to put together something good this week against a good Poo Crew lineup.
All right, Goofy, the NAO crew says you should start Jamal Williams over Wayne Gallman. If he is good, start him. We need the win. Come on, Goofy. Let's go.
I think for Ian, it's gonna be that same quarterback, because I waited a week, right? Okay. Did you realize that last week Ian started the right quarterback again?
How dare you say something positive about that team?
And he wins, right? Herbert
Yeah.
scored 12 points last week. And that was the
Doesn't have
right
any other
quarterback to
choice.
start. Now he's got Aaron Rodgers in against Minnesota. Is that the right quarterback to start? Let's see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mhm. Also, if Ian or if Goofy, you want to put some more polls in the chat, I'm free.
Yeah, pulls it up. Let's do it, brother.
So you don't want him to start Gallman. Do you not remember Gallman had some good moments against the Cowboys? Or was that while you were sleeping? I think maybe
Yeah.
that's when you'd passed.
They were
out
about the
finally.
third quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean.
That game was such a snooze fest. I was
Yeah.
the best fan in the stadium, and I took a little nap right around third quarter. I was just,
Even that lady next to you. You sleeping? Yeah.
yeah, I'm sleeping.
Sleeping.
We got the proof. I think the chat got the proof too. So yeah, Gallman had some good moments though. So I think that's why you were taking a little nap. So we'll have to see there. All right, we got the next one here, which is Swamp Dick versus Fresh Prince. So Humpty's probably not out of it on paper, but maybe out of it in his heart. He just doesn't seem to have his heart in it anymore here. Sean, that's another one here. You're game behind SillyDilly in the playoff race. You got more points than him. So if you can get the win, you stay in that mix.
Behind SillyDilly? You gonna come at me like that on my own show?
Behind SillyDilly. Yeah. Despite having plenty more points,
I really need to win. Humpty, if you can find it in your heart, play Cam Newton. Oh,
He's got him in.
No other choice.
He's got him in. So yeah.
Let's go.
That was the other funny. Remember when I realized that I could do math a little bit, and then I realized right after that what Humpty's quarterback situation is.
It's not
Not
good.
great. It's not great this week.
I'm glad to be playing against Cam Newton. It is what it is.
He's gonna have like 400 yards passing just to Christian
hold your
McCaffrey
tongue,
in the
take that
backfield.
You hold it until next Tuesday. Hold it right now.
You get your Burrow Mixon group back though, so
Yes, I do. It's gonna be fire. We're gonna light the season on fire. Week 14 is gonna be a little iffy, but if we make it to the playoffs, you might want to watch me.
Well, I don't have much to say about this one. It's the Cam thing is definitely going to be fun to see if it's last year New England Cam or if he returns to form somewhat. But that's tough. That's a tough break Stafford on by and having to play Cam, not having any better options. So he shouldn't have traded me that Bama bust, Mac Jones, who I probably won't start. I don't think. I'll wait it out and see if Kyler starts, but yeah, maybe Mac Jones would have done a little better for him. So, all right, moving on to our last matchup of the week, SillyDilly versus FNG. So we got two straight losses for Dylan. Maybe some good luck this week that he's got FNG on the schedule. However, FNG has 2 wins. He lost a close one last week. Yeah, maybe this is an FNG win 3 and SillyDilly free fall from the standing. What do you think, Sean? You looking excited over there?
I am an FNG fanboy right now. I need him to kill it. Play Boston Scott. Let's go. All systems go. A fuck you, a SillyDilly. You suck.
Well-
Here's my analysis quick and
Oh, here we go.
And this is first off, two points before I start this. First off, no disrespect to FNG. Second off, Evan, you might want to mute for a second if you're still at work. But to quote the great Patches O'Houlihan, this game is like going to be watching 2 retards trying to fuck a doorknob. I just get it over with. Someone's gonna finish. I don't know.
Can't put it any better.
Someone's gotta finish. You know what I mean?
Well, you're saying start Boston Scott, but Sanders could be back. I think he came off IR, so you got to watch that one. But yeah, if Sanders doesn't play, then Scott's been okay, man. And why'd you trade for him? Why was he your number 1 guy if you weren't going to put your number 1 guy in there?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, he's been better than Darrell Henderson the last couple of weeks, who I traded Boston Scott for in the overall deal there. So got Elijah Moore coming on. Robinson's got a little setback, unfortunately. But yeah,
they said it wasn't too concerning, but there's something.
Yeah,
I want to say this.
Lamar out sick too, so we got to see what happens with Lamar.
Elijah
That guy's sick all the time.
I was on his fan crew at the beginning of the year. I knew you would come through, even though being on a shitty ass fucking team like the Jets. You're welcome, FNG. You would have been sitting on your taxi just taking up space. Now you have the chance to help me out, my man. Come on, get that W.
Yeah, I'm sure FNG wasn't aware that Elijah Moore might be good. So it's good that you told him all that, man.
You're welcome.
Nice that you shared that with him. So
You're welcome.
yeah. All right, man. That's all the games, and that's all I got on my sheet. Wait, there's one more note.
You.
Oh no, it's just
Thank you for popping out the brand new tank top for us all on the NAO show. Marky Mark.
I'm in first.
And if you don't know the show, we want playing time. Ian, you suck.